All right, so here we are for another wonderful Radio Statler podcast. Most of us are, I think, feeling really goddamn tired because this past weekend was MagFest.
Yes, let me go cry in the corner, thank you.
You're welcome, Bunny.
You should go cry in the corner.
It's not her fault that Frontier decided that...
Actually, I found out what happened. Frontier no longer hosts flights from St. Louis to D.C.
Oh.
They still have flights going. There's just none of them from here to D.C.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, so apparently what they should have done is because people had paid for tickets, they should have, had a cutoff date and I'm like, all right, all the flights are done. Instead of just being like, oh, sorry, we're just going to stop doing this and you can have your money back.
Yeah. At least you got your money back, though, so...
Yeah, there wasn't a hassle either. Like, they were all about doing it. That's why I was really confused, because I'm like, can I just get another flight? They're like, here's your money back. I'm like, but I want another flight. Here's your money back. I'm like, stop. Could have given me a reason.
All right. So, joining us today, we have the wonderful Bunny Byrne, Nanner Puddin',
Yep.
Nick God,
Hello.
ATG,
hello, I like food.
and
That's my thing, because I'm always the one that eats. And I'm going to eat. I just haven't eaten. Woe is me.
You guys are kind of jerks when you haven't slept properly for a weekend.
I mean, you guys invited me, so it's your dumbass fault.
But wait, it's Wednesday. The weekend was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
MagFest ended on Monday, and I think
did
it was still loading out on Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's kind of a really big conference.
So it's a festival, not a conference.
Oh, whatever. It's a festival. Okay. It's a really big fucking festival.
Just
And
pop
not
in
a
Colin and
conference.
you're good.
Well, apparently I didn't... Okay, yeah. I guess I called it a conference and not a con. But apparently I would probably still get corrected. Anyway, does anybody have anything interesting to talk about related to the
Someone should go tell that train to shut up.
Yeah. I'm hoping to move and no longer be near this close to the train tracks. That would be nice. But to the station, does anybody have any news about the station? Anything exciting? Or progress on projects?
You're funny.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys, it's been a really busy month for you guys because you, Nick God and ATG, you guys both did ShmooCon and then MagFest.
Yep.
And ShmooCon was apparently nuts, and MagFest, you were staff, which is also nuts.
By definition, that is nuts.
And in like 8 months, you're going to do it again.
Ugh.
Also, ATG, Nick God, do you guys want to talk about ShmooCon and or MagFest?
Sure.
Did?
So right now we're both sort of dead. I guess I'll talk about MagFest first because that was more recent and a lot more fun to talk about, honestly. So Nick and I got there on Wednesday afternoon, and we left yesterday morning, yesterday being Tuesday. So we basically lived just a day short of a week in the hotel, which is also really weird because you forget the outside world exists sometimes. It's also weird driving again after a week. But basically, MagFest is a music and gaming festival. We had 18,000 attendees this year, and Nick and I helped set up and run the network that supports all the staff, streaming, things like that. It was a ridiculous amount of fun. I'm incredibly glad it's over. And we learned a lot in terms of what it's like to roll out a network and roll out AV and all that on crazy deadlines. I guess Nick God can probably contribute a little bit more to it. But rolling out cable at like 5 in the morning after being awake for 18 hours is not particularly fun.
Oh, no, it's not.
No. We ran less. No, I think we ran more fiber than we did at Hope. Actually, may have been about the same.
No, we ran a lot more fiber than we did at Hope. We ran a lot more cable in general than we did at Hope.
Cable in general, yeah.
But a lot more fiber as well.
Since people probably aren't familiar with the Gaylord, I mean, it's a resort convention center that can hold 18,000 people. And we covered a fair bit of that with Ethernet cable for staff Wi-Fi. And there was a lot of cable to run. I think we ran well over 6,000 feet of Cat5.
I think the moral of the story here is that we need all of you to come with us next time and help us out.
That
If
is
you told me,
true.
I would have went.
So if you want to run cables for us, let us know.
I wanted to be there.
Yeah, well.
My ticket was even bought. Just letting everybody know. Okay, I'm going to go back on mute and finish eating.
And then ShmooCon was awesome. I impulsively bought a Wii that I've since lost the controllers for.
Just move a box or two and you'll find them.
Wait, both of them?
Yeah, they got lost in the loadout for MagFest, so they're somewhere.
I thought you had like a crate with just all of your stuff in it.
I did. I don't know what happened to that crate.
It's a fair point. I don't recall it seeing it loadout either. I don't know. We'll find it. It's probably at the warehouse somewhere.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, so that was cool. ShmooCon was pretty badass too. I don't remember a lot about it because it feels like it was about a year and a half ago. A lot of the talks were really interesting. Yeah, I think so. That's about it.
One more thing related to ShmooCon. Just a couple hours ago, they posted a link to all of the talks available as videos on archive.org. So if you missed any of the ShmooCon talks or just want to watch them all in general, and there are a lot of fantastic talks, they're now available. Just go to archive.org and you'll find it somewhere.
I especially liked the one that they did right before the closing. I don't remember the name of it, but it was supposed to be like a comparison between the old school Packers and what it exists now, and it basically ended up turning into like ShmooCon group therapy session. It was kind of funny to watch.
All right. That does sound really cool, actually. Is there anything else that you guys feel is important other than saying that we need more volunteers for MagFest and that you should check out ShmooCon's archive on archive.org?
Yeah, Nick, Dad, and I have some projects we want to work on between now and the next event. One of them is integrating our own back-end radio server. Nick Dad likes free IPA, which I need to look at more. And we want to build systems that we can just, like an attendee will come up, scan their badge, and that will pull a couple details about them, like if they're volunteer staff, etc. And then have that import into free IPA so we can use that for Wi-Fi authentication. It's something that probably isn't crazy complicated, but something we need to build. And that'll be a fun project when either one of us is actually more awake.
And I seem to recall asking for something very similar for Radio Statler from somebody.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I hear you.
I wasn't really paying attention. Were we talking about me?
No, not you.
Okay. Then
Not
I'm the
everything
wrong.
about you, Bunny.
I was just throwing Nanner under the bus for a second.
Again. At least this
Yeah.
time I'm here.
Yes. Well, you know.
So
I've been, it's like hella busy kind of thing. Not leaving work until 7 o'clock at night and then going back at 8 o'clock in the morning. Me.
Maybe we should call the Wambulance.
Yeah, I want some French fries
What
too.
is it with your wow crap tonight?
I'm tired.
Wow.
Oh man, this is gonna go downhill fast, isn't it, guys?
It's already there.
It's only been 10 minutes.
Me and Beach, and me and Beach can just talk to each other for an hour and come up with something creative and no whining.
Now, I was also at ShmooCon, and this was my first time going to a con other than Hope like that. And I found it very strange that ShmooCon actually shuts down at like 6 p.m.
Really?
Yeah. No, ShmooCon basically runs from like 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day.
Sort of. They have the fire talks in the evening.
Yeah, they kind of do. Mostly, though, it's just everyone hangs out in the lobby at the bar and gets ridiculously trashed. And then, like, there's fire talks, like, one night, and then there's, like, the Saturday night party. Which...
I mean, I kind of like that because they basically try to embrace the lobby con that happens everywhere, but so you get this massive amount of people in the lobby, and that's really kind of where I see the interesting talks and stuff happening. Really, I mean, the talks are always great and all, but really when you get the interactive conversation going is what I find interesting.
Well, yeah, it's that for me being used to Hope, where Hope basically they open the doors Friday morning, and you're just there until they kick everyone out after breakdown Sunday night, Monday, ridiculously early. And going from that to ShmooCon, where it's 6 o'clock. Oh, hey, everyone, we're closing up. Why don't you go take a load off for a couple of hours and then go drink heavily and try to find someone that you know in the lobby. It's a weird experience. Especially if you're basically there to run one of the events that's happening inside the official ShmooCon space.
Yeah, I can see that. It definitely, I mean, ShmooCon is very different from most other cons, including Hope, because they consciously try to be. So that, I mean, it's kind of an interesting experience overall.
I'm just saying it's a very different experience. Whether it's better or worse is not for me to say. It does kind of screw it up if you're there on a really weird expense program. And now dead silence.
Well, it sounds like
Food is so much more
Neo
delicious.
is trying to say things, but he's muted or something?
Who?
Neo Amsterdam?
He doesn't have the. I don't see the little. Wait, now he's on mute. Now he's not. I don't.
Okay,
Yeah, stop being muted.
like
He
he's
doesn't seem to be
definitely-
talking though, unless he's just
No, now he's muted again.
maybe he's just moving his mouth in silence, and is just trying to fake us out.
I don't know. That's weird.
Fix your mic, dude.
I feel like for the next minute we should all just mute ourselves and just talk, so it's all just silent talking. Just for the fun of it.
Well, someone did die at MagFest, so we can use this as like a moment of silence.
Please tell me it was a hooker in the trunk of a car.
No, I don't know the details exactly.
She's just full of sad today.
A little bit. I'm tired.
We are full of sad and tired.
So what's our topics, guys? I was all prepared for a name because I just figured when I got back it would just be me and Beach still. I was like, so we can just two of us, and I was gonna say for our name it could just be we don't need no stinking friends. But then people showed up.
We can
I don't
leave.
think we've-
Well, you guys don't make it easy.
It really would be a lot easier if I left, and then I could go back to like sleeping and such.
What were you doing before this? Were you sleeping?
No, I was at work.
Well, then you're not going back to sleeping and such.
I was
Exactly.
sleeping. Literally,
All right,
I was
can you
sleeping.
hear me now?
Yes, I
Yes.
can hear you.
Okay, fucking Windows and its audio settings.
Yeah. Oh, we had a fun time with Windows driver settings for audio for setting up the LAN streaming lounge at fucking MagFest.
Yeah, that was a bowl of fuck.
See, Classic Mac wouldn't do this to me.
Classic Mac?
Classic Mac would have said, hey, new audio input. Sweet. All right, we're just going to let you use it. Go right ahead. No, I have to work in Windows. Anyway, greetings to you all.
Yeah.
Now that I can actually convey them.
Yeah, but, I mean, Elsa will just randomly decide that your input doesn't exist. Or your
Elsa?
output doesn't exist.
Like in Frozen? Are we talking about Frozen?
Elsa.
Elsa. She was the chick in Frozen. The movie that everybody loved.
ALSA.
Oh.
Another lousy sound architecture.
Yeah. Linux audio. I love Linux in general, like to bits, but like between like Pulse and ALSA and Jack and getting them to work together or not be stupid.
Now, this is just a thing that happens to me every time I move. Every time I move, my Nix box decides to randomly reorganize its hardware recognition. So every time I move, and I get everything plugged back in, and I like have photos, and everything's carefully tagged and labeled, put it in, plug everything back exactly the way it's supposed to go, and all of a sudden, my sound card doesn't exist. It insists on trying to play audio through my DVI ports for some reason.
Through
Or
DVI
through
ports?
a non-existent HDMI port.
Oh man.
No, if
So
you
we
want
can go over to Reddit, guys, because apparently Bill Gates is doing an AMA.
That is true. He's doing an AMA. I saw that when I was using.
Is that still going on?
I think so.
Well,
Maybe.
I saw that a few hours ago.
oh, maybe not. It looks like there was an update. He said he had to go.
Oh.
He had to go make some more money.
Right.
So I'm disappointed about the ShmooCon archive. Because you can't download over torrent.
You can't?
No.
It looks like they're also still uploading a lot of the talks.
Oh, are they? Then I should stop downloading them.
There's a thing on there when I bring it up. It says, this item is currently being modified, updated with a derived task.
Yeah, you can download the torrents on the ones that exist. Give it a day or two and it should be better.
Okay.
Yeah, they do have a torrent there, but it looks like they're still uploading stuff because
Yeah, so
I'm
if you
looking
go
at
to
the
that
list,
playlist.
definitely incomplete.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna download all of them now and then go back and download more of them later, I guess.
I bet if you kick off the torrent, it'll pull down the new stuff as it's added.
Maybe. What I have going on now is I'm using DTA.
Well, it's more what they do with their tracker.
How do I stop? How do I clear shit?
If they change their tracker to include additional files in the index, it should automatically add them to content of the torrent, in theory.
Then I'm gonna do that. I still need to fucking download something other than uTorrent for Windows.
I've been using Deluge with some moderate success.
Deluge?
You could just go to Classic and go to BitTorrent.
No. That's like drinking Coca-Cola regularly. Occasionally it's time for something new. The nice
I
thing
can
with
do
Daily,
torrent. I'm just fine with uTorrent.
I mean, I love transmission. I mean, I
Wow.
come from Linux. It's great, but Linux is as close as I can get to that.
Yeah, like I would totally be using transmission if it ran on Windows.
Transmission's good.
Transmission is great.
I fucking love transmission. I should give them money, is really what that is.
No.
I will give them
That is
so much
accurate.
money.
But Deluge just sort of filled my gap, mostly because I can run it on Linux, I can run it on Windows, and it just fucking works the way it's supposed to.
Alright, I'm downloading it now.
All right, give that a swing, and if it works, great. If it doesn't work, we'll find something else to kill you.
Yeah. It's just, like... Oh, shut up. So every time I'm using Vast, and every time that I want to download like a rare file, it thinks it's a virus, but like it's just like a tiny open source project that nobody uses. So it's like it's from fucking like not SoundForge, fuck, SourceForge or whatever, and it's like
Okay, that's weird, because like every download I've had recently from SourceForge, they have that stupid little gizmo that says, we're free of viruses, we've checked. And, I tried to download something on SourceForge, I think it was Nath, because I just need a stupid font editor.
yeah.
And it's like, Google Chrome looks at it and says, this has a virus.
Yeah.
Not letting me download anything.
Well, so like what the issue is that SourceForge has started adding into the regular installers, which actually there was something about, I think, the installer for FileZilla from SourceForge. So
Yeah.
in order for them to make money, they will give you installers that also install like browser plugins and other adware, which is a load of bullshit. Like, if they want money, I'll just give them money. Like, I don't care. Like,
The other
Well,
day,
here's
I
the
read one of
compute
the funniest articles. Someone decided to go to download.com or whatever it is.
yeah, cnetsdownload.com.
Yeah, and download and install the top 10 most downloaded things. And pretty much by the end of it, their computer was like unusable from all of the shit that got put on there.
Yep, pretty much.
It was actually kind of funny article.
I think it was How to Geek. And
I just remember coming across it somewhere like a week ago.
what I think is hilarious about that too is so like download.com by CNET or whatever is supposed to be all guaranteed virus free, and
Well, it is virus free. It's just
No. It's
it's
free
in
virus.
the settings.
free viruses, exactly. It's like
No, it's
the,
virus free. It's just in the settings when you're installing. You have to actually read because it installs toolbar search thing or taskbar searches, whatever.
Then goes to the Java updaters. It's like, hey, use this ass. Fuck you, I'm an administrator. Don't deploy this shit.
But yeah, no, like I mean, like I've tested out little things off there, and as long as you read through all of the stuff that you're clicking, generally you can untick it and not get all the crap. But most people just click, and then it's all on their computer.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. The last round of major Firefox revisions, where they just changed everything to defaulting to Yahoo for your search,
I'm so
so
frustrated with that.
where it was supposed to maintain your custom search settings.
Nope.
It doesn't. And in fact, every time I restart Firefox now, it drops me back to Yahoo. If I wanted to use Yahoo, I
Because you
would
really
have
want to be on
burned all
Yahoo.
my calendars 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Yahoo is still
It
alive.
was still 2008 or 2005 or whenever the hell it was I stopped using that shithole.
Free.
So a fun fact: apparently, TrackPhone has to pay $40 million to their peoples because they provide unlimited data service, but somewhere between 1 to 3 gigs they started throttling.
AT&T got nailed.
So the FTC has now ordered them to pay out $40 million to their customers that they throttled. Actually, in it, like if you read the article, around 4 to 5, once the consumer would use around 4 to 5 gigs of data, they would actually just suspend the service, flat out. I'm like, okay.
Oh,
So
That's
TrackPhone
not
just
good.
got screwed over.
there's them right.
I think they deserve that though. TrackPhone's kind of shitty.
Well,
Like, that's-
apparently, and this goes for everybody, I guess the FTC openly said that if you offer unlimited data, then you cannot throttle. So, while it was only TrackPhone that has to pay out, they kind of pointed fingers at, what is it, Sprint and T-Mobile that still offer unlimited data plans and gave them a warning that they better behave.
I'm curious how this would go with AT&T too, because I still technically have an unlimited data plan.
Was it AT&T and Verizon still have, some people got grandfathered plans, but they don't actually offer like unlimited data, I guess, anymore.
no,
Right.
I'm actually transmitting over Virgin Mobile, and they have an unlimited plan. They throttle at, I think, 2.5 gigs on a cell phone, and like 4 gigs on a wireless 4G.
See, I have Sprint. I've never been throttled. Then at the end of the month, I can pull it up, and I spend most of the time on Wi-Fi. That I use maybe like a half a gig of data, of actual data, and not on Wi-Fi. So I don't know if Sprint actually secretly throttles. Though I'm pretty certain that my actual cable charter throttles. Fucking company.
Yeah, I live off the cell phone at the business office, so every day it's like another 100 megs up or down.
Now, there was a very brief window when, if you were with Verizon and you had one of their old unlimited data plans, you could upgrade to a 4G phone and get your unlimited plan grandfathered in with the new LTE service. Of course, they always managed to find some caveat to say that, no, you had to change to one of our new 4G plans, which just fucked you in the ass.
Most of the time, most carriers are actually pretty good about grandfathering. Like, I don't know how long it's been since I've actually had to change my plan with Sprint. Every time I buy a phone, they just grandfather me into something current. So at the moment, I have unlimited everything because that's where I have landed, and my bill hasn't gone up. And I mean, like, it's kind of pricey, but I still have, like, I keep getting more unlimited things, and I'm still paying the same price. I'm like, whatever. I'm just not gonna say anything.
I have not changed my minute and text plan since around 2003.
Mine was probably about then. It was the last time I actually changed the minutes, and I noticed somewhere in the last couple of years I now have unlimited minutes. I don't know when it happened.
My whole family has the exact same plan that I do. We all got our phones at the same time. We got a contiguous number block, all this stuff. And like 5 years or so ago, my parents wanted to try to find some way to save money by reducing our plan. I'm like, okay, well, if we take a lower minute plan or a smaller number of texts, it will actually cost us more.
No, leave. Both of you. Being jerks.
Hey, Beach, how's your cats doing over there? You okay? Are they attacking? Oh, he's not listening.
What?
Hey, Beach, how are those cats doing over there?
Who?
Are you being savaged by cats?
So eventually, Snow White, one of my cats, will eventually, like, you'll be petting her, and then she just decides that she's just gonna start biting you for no apparent reason.
So she's a cat.
Yeah, so she's a cat. And so I was like, cat, that's like, usually when she starts biting me, I'm like, okay, get down, I'm not gonna pet you anymore. And in this instance, she was on my headphone cable, so she took the headphone cable and, like, pretty much just pulled my face down. She is kind of a really hefty cat. Like, it's... Yeah. So that was what happened there. And so I was just like, okay, you get to leave. Oh, not in my office.
Good typing. Man,
What?
can we call if whoever was just typing?
That's probably me.
Yeah, that's
Was it
what I
me?
know.
Good resonance, good sound.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's a DOS keyboard.
Like, yeah. Oh shit! I can't move this one without actually destroying. But one of these
Yep.
sounds better on your microphone. Man, my desk's now a mess. Fountain pen.
Very cool.
I'm looking for that. It's funny, the pen is less expensive than the cartridge.
It's how they get you. It's the same way with razors.
I could just buy the friggin' pen with the 2 cartridges in it, like $5.
Mm-hmm.
Cartridge, $5 a pop. Damn shame.
They're banking on you not being a wasteful jerk.
Well, I'm growing up. I'm becoming middle-aged. I don't mind being a wasteful jerk no more.
Ah, man.
There we go.
So, all right. So, has anybody been working on any really cool projects or doing anything interesting?
I'm staying out just for a few minutes so others can jump in.
I need to find a reason not to work this weekend.
You could come up and celebrate my birthday.
Deal.
Okay.
I'm gonna be sleeping this weekend.
That's a good
I'm
plan.
gonna be working this weekend.
Well, that sucks.
I get a new wash and dryer on Friday.
Yay!
That's a great day.
My roommate and I on Monday went and purchased a washer and dryer, and it gets delivered and hooked up on Friday. So Friday I'll be doing laundry in my own place.
What kind did you get?
Just a washer and dryer.
I asked because I got
No.
mine and discovered it has Bluetooth in it.
Oh no, it's far from that. It's not even like digital or anything. We're just like, what do you got that's cheap? So yeah, nothing fancy at all. Though it's actually like the space of it's pretty fucking big. I can fit a lot of shit in there.
I got a new Switch. I guess that's sort of cool.
Huh.
I'm happy.
I got a sandwich.
It's I guess a vague interest of possibly more than one person. Microchip makes a 5-port plus 1 SFP gigabit managed switch for like $35.
Oh.
It's web only, but you can do VLANs with it, which is the main reason I got it. They're pretty decent little switches. Microtik.
That's pretty good. I mean,
the router board RB260GS.
okay. I've got a couple of Netgear's semi-managed switches that are web only, or well, the good ones are web only. The slightly cheaper ones are a proprietary app interface which communicates over probably some stupidly obfuscated version of well, something.
Yeah,
and those will run like $80, $90 for like an 8-port gig switch.
Yeah, these are by far the cheapest gigabit managed switches I've seen if you only need a few ports. They're obviously not great if you need like 4 of them, but you just want to drop VLANs in like a corner of a room or something, or your desktop setup. They work pretty well.
Very cool.
If they make a denser version, that would actually let me free up a shelf for 3.
I think they do, I'm not sure, but once you get much past a handful of ports, it starts having a managed switch that actually has something other than web-based administration.
Well, a good one, yeah.
Yeah, fair.
I've worked on much worse. Right now I've got 3 8-port switches, 2 of which are managed, and they're all interlinked in some crazy spaghetti of cabling.
Pause to drink.
All right. So, anybody else have anything other like any interesting stuff that they've been working on in addition to new switches and things, or?
Yes!
Would you care to elaborate on that exclamation?
Yes, I would, Pinky. Actually, this requires a cigarette. So let me see if I can find where the hell I put my pack of smokes. But long story made short, I have figured out our number station. Basically, I've been researching into both WebSDR and a couple other things. The nice bit is I found that there's this library full of audio. Nobody has to do any recording. You don't have to identify a voice. Anybody who's worked with Asterisk already has the files. A through Z, Alpha through Zulu, 0 through 9, the audio is there. The only downside with it is they have US English, they have UK English, I think they have Canadian, I know they've got French, possibly German, Russian, their Spanish is fucking atrocious. So that's the only downside to it. So essentially we could run multiple number stations in multiple languages simultaneously. It's a thought.
So when would we be running number stations? Would we do it like at home?
Good question. I don't know.
The question is, when wouldn't wait?
Well, now obviously, but so that's one part of it. The other part of it is how the hell would we get it on air wherever we are? Actually, it's a pretty simple plan. It just requires DTMF for implementing the actual payload. Probably the clear text would be packet reassembly, and we could just send, like a crypto challenge on behalf of everybody at Statler, or just to piss the NSA off.
If you wanted to do it on actual radio, there is a Raspberry Pi project where you use one of the GPIO pinouts to, like, you just you shove like a length of wire in it, and then you can do modulation to broadcast, and I think it has like a range of like 30 feet. But it's probably really, really noisy, and you have to be careful about what bands you use in case you start broadcasting on like the NYPD channel.
Well, hold on, that's in the form.
Anything with real range or power. If we're doing it Hope, you're probably going to have to talk to Bernie and the other ham guys.
Well, that's the thing, is it's not any real range or power. Like it'll go for like 30 feet, and that's it. Like it's one of those. It's essentially the equivalent of getting those the little plugins that they used to sell for FM radio, like hooking your iPod up to your car FM radio over.
Right.
Like, it runs off like 2 AA's or something. Like it's not.
Right. So, but basically we've got progress, and it's at the point where I think it can come up with proof of concept maybe by next time we talk.
Okay.
So the question is, can you do this?
A ver. Let's see.
2, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7.
You just keep torturing the ANAC girl. The poor woman has to pick up the phone every time you call.
I am probably the heaviest user of ANAC in the 212.
Now let's face it, Verizon's not using it.
Well, sure. It freaks their installers out when I go to verify their installation work by just picking up one of my extensions and dialing 958.
And if it doesn't work, you hit them over the head with the Bell manual from 1984, right?
Yep.
Wait, so what does 958 do?
Okay, in certain old Bell service areas, this is so this is Baby Bell territories.
Post-divestiture.
Particularly New York and the other pre-divestiture area codes. 958 is one of the most common ANAC codes. Generally, it varies from from provider to provider and from area code to area code. But basically, the idea is you dial a 4-digit exchange code, and it will always connect you directly to an ANAC system, which just tells you what line just called in. So it's a way of verifying that you have, in fact, connected to the correct pair.
Okay. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So I use it when I move and I'm getting my landline reconnected, and I'm verifying that they in fact attached the right number to my line. I'll go hook up one of my phones, dial the local ANAC, and just listen to it read back to me what phone number it thinks I am.
Okay, that's pretty useful.
Yeah, there is one. It's the old MCI start a subscription line. I forget what the full thing is, but it's a 1-800 number, so you can dial it from anywhere in the U.S. And as long as you're not running through some weird VoIP gateway or something like that, it will actually tell you your direct out-facing extension.
Very well.
NPA, exchange, and 4-digit line code.
I just called the talking clock. I have no taste.
Yeah, but talking clock doesn't tell you whether or not the guy actually connected you to the right line.
No, it doesn't.
You see, I have no taste. All right, the second bit is thanks to the blizzard that we had. Well, I don't want to say it's a no-show because it actually hit hard. I was listening to WebSDR back at the office and also here in the morning. Maine got 3 feet, Massachusetts got 3 feet. I just got some time to work on a little bit of code. And habemus mimics. So that was a small announcement I made a few days ago. And you will be looking now at a website, live, a wiki. And I hope you can see that the color is actually changing in the background.
Oh.
It's subtle.
It's hard to...
Let me see if I can...
It's supposed to shift from like a bluish gray to a reddish gray, right?
Yeah, I've been futzing around with SVG's ability.
If that's the range it's going through, then yes, it is actually doing that. And
Okay.
It's not my vision being weird.
Well, in any event, I'm
just saying this reminds me of when I was on that course of muscle relaxants, and the glossy toe caps on my boots started giving off a green sheen.
Ew. Well, in this case, I'm trying to keep it subtle as a background tone, but I've been fucking around, pardon my French, with SVG animation, and so far not really impressed, but on the other hand, it gives a sense of dynamics, so this might actually turn into something more useful down the road. Maybe somebody's got a couple of ideas.
I don't know. Very cool, though.
Yeah. Writing the animation sequence is a pain in the ass, but it's one part CSS, one part defining keyframes, whatever. Does the trick. Other than that,
Well, now we just have to brake test it.
Well, go right ahead, but hate to tell you, no JavaScript.
Excellent.
Very
Sorry.
nice.
What are you using?
SVG. SVG and CSS.
Okay. Well, then we're more likely to break your host rather than your code.
Please don't. They're nice guys. They got me my .nyc. Actually, they got a few of us with .nycs.
So, a little off topic. We apparently have one viewer watching currently.
Yay!
One
So
whole
wave and say hi.
What's the person's name?
Are you sure it's not you again?
It's not me. It's
Hi,
not
one
me.
viewer.
What's the viewer's name?
Well, so I can't see that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why
So
does it seem very internet-like?
Yeah, it's a little silly. And I tried to turn Q&A on, but it said that we can't do that.
Maybe they're an IRC. I'm not an IRC anymore either.
You're not in. Did you get dropped from like everything ever? You did.
No, I was having some issues over here, and one thing led to another, and I just restarted my computer.
Oh.
Did you threaten the sysop again?
No, my computer was throwing a fit saying I was low on memory. And so I basically was killing everything except for this, and I still was pretty much using it all. And then I was clicking things and accidentally closed this, and then I was still apparently using over like 50% of my memory, and nothing's running. And I was like, but I'm pretty sure I know what it was, because I had something that's been yelling at me for the last week that it needs to restart the computer, and it's hanging out in the background. So I figured that was it. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just restart it.
Maybe.
And now everything seems to be okay. I was just looking at it a second ago, and I am using what appears to be a proper amount of memory now. So I don't really know if that's what it was, but yeah, I was having some technical difficulties over here. Did I miss anything interesting?
Nah, just me probably.
Terribly, yeah.
Or stupid people on Twitter. You probably missed that.
Yeah, I don't think I heard anything about Twitter. Whoa, what was that?
That was weird.
Yeah, don't bother with the link. Looks like crap. Something with goats. I don't care.
Baby goats from a guy at work.
Oh yeah, you wanted to get goats, didn't you? That
Yeah,
was
I'm planning on getting like land to get goats now.
You're gonna
Is it
get land
literal
specifically
idea?
to get goats? That's what you're doing?
I'm looking to buy a house over here now.
What? If you buy a house, how am I gonna convince you to move up north?
I know. But it's like, do I want to raise ducks and goats because I want to eat them, or...
Well, you could still, like... You can get work further south in the northern area and be able to have land to do things like raise ducks and goats while still
You could just
being able
move
to
to
commute
a
into work.
city, or you could move somewhere where there's a lake and ducks just come with it.
No. You're right. You can move to a city wherever there are hipsters. There's going to be some jackass trying to milk a goat.
You
Come
got
to
a
New
point.
York.
And if you move to somewhere with a nice little bit of wetlands, free ducks, and sometimes geese.
I'm really surrounded by a lot of hipsters in here. Like a lot of hipsters live near me, and I haven't seen anybody.
More surrounded. Yeah, we can't kill them off fast enough.
You should
Well,
just
what's
come
a
here and
movie?
start. Drop a bomb here because there's a lot of them here. There's like one of the strips to like go to bars and stuff. Like you have different strips. Like one of them is specifically pretty much just for like hipsters. Like if you don't want to be around hipsters, just stay away from that and you're good. Like they do like the stag nights,
You've got to poison the well. That's it. Homegrown.
You just need to put some poison in the stag.
There
I
we
don't
go.
know. I love hipsters. They make my coffee so well.
I get my coffee from like regular baristas and not hipsters, and they do just fine.
Do you know where I get my coffee from?
Now.
Walmart.
The people who work at McDonald's, because that's the closest place where you can get a fancy coffee drink in my area. But with just
Well,
coffee,
that
I can
is
get that
That's
anywhere.
sad
your
considering
problem.
Piney Flats has a coffee shop now.
Well, there was
Don't
a
you have
very
a
long
Starbucks?
time.
Like a Starbucks?
Where I?
There's got to be a Starbucks.
No,
I have
there's-
one like 5 minutes up the road from me.
Yeah, because you live by a city. That is yeah. You live like right next to 3 cities, and I live in the middle of no place where there isn't a Starbucks.
Oh,
So
you're
this
preaching to the choir.
This is my opinion. Most of the time, you usually get to pick where you live. So if you pick to live not near civilization, then you can't complain about not having civilization.
Well, I don't care. I wouldn't drink at Starbucks anyway. Like, I think it's shitty coffee.
Here.
So, like, I really don't care that I don't. And I'm trying to move closer to civilization. I just need to get, need to do some stuff first that I don't want to say in public.
Are you pregnant?
Yes, that's exactly. I'm pregnant. I'm due in 8 months. I'm just gonna shoot a baby out. That's exactly what I'm waiting on.
I'll bring the
Mark your
popcorn.
calendars. So 9 months. Well, actually,
Videotape
very
this.
short. We're gonna have a baby crop. Mark my words.
What are we
Snow
gonna name
Dust-
it? What are we gonna name it?
You would not have any naming privileges, like.
But like
for-
we're friends and stuff, so we gotta be the we. Like, what are we gonna name it? Like, you gotta tell us, cause we're friends.
I like how you got defensive over naming this baby.
that obviously can't exist because biology doesn't work that way.
Hey,
This is not. I'm not Arnold
Did you not hear about
Schwarzenegger.
the guy
I
that got
don't work
pregnant?
with a mad scientist. The guy who got pregnant. You mean the one who got pregnant after transitioning from being a woman?
Yeah, but it still was in transition, so there was some like guy things going on in there.
I mean, you're technically correct. There was, more masculine hormones than normal, but it's not like he was not equipped for that.
It was it's technically a he, and he had a baby. So he's gonna have babies, just not the way you're thinking traditionally. I like to say I also am really enjoying that it's just like a floating head over here on my screen.
For you.
If you guys talk, like if you all take turns talking rapidly, the light changes, and then it makes it look like I have like a party going on and over here, and it's kind of fun.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm gonna draw now. See if I can cover up. Oh, you can kind of see. I just want a floating head. There we go. Am I just a
Obviously,
floating
we need
head
to
now?
give you a green screen.
No, there's a little bit of your neck still exposed.
I'm there all the time, my hoodie. There we go. Are we good?
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, I can see a cat in the background though.
Oh yeah, Pan's back there.
Okay, so we have like 5 minutes left. A little bit more than 5 minutes.
I'm starting to think that Cooter and ATG are off to the side having like sexy time talk, but we can't like do it because they're just spent this whole time on mute, and I'm just fairly certain they're having like sexy time talk.
No, I'm pretty sure we're ready to kill each other at this point.
Pretty much. So,
Are you guys having an argument?
They're
No,
having a little lover's spat.
For those of you who don't know, ATG and Cooter are totally lovers now at this point after going to ShmooCon and then MagFest. They're totally lovers. I don't know which one's the top. I don't know which one's the bottom. I haven't asked.
All I know is they were
they're
talking
pretty-
about dick stuffing.
Yes, there was a lot of dick stuffing apparently, especially at ShmooCon.
Yeah, like you guys flooded my phone with talks about dick stuffing, and I was just very confused.
It was the best when I woke up in the morning and saw there was a message, and I read it as dick stuffing competition. And I was like, man, I'm missing some good stuff. And then I reread it when I woke up and realized it said conversation instead of competition. And I was kind of sad.
Well, I need to find the video of Nick God yelling, "I love cocks" out the window.
And then a picture of my furry boobs.
What?
We really need to invite you to this conversation, is I guess what we're saying.
So here is what happens. Because apparently Cooter, when drinking, doesn't ask for like actual specifications, and so I told him over Facebook Messenger that if he yelled out the hotel window that he loves cock, that I would show him my boobs. So I got a video of him screaming out the window.
To be fair,
I took a picture of my boobs, but it was just my boobs in a black shirt, and I had been holding my kitties, and so there was cat fur all over, so they were very furry boobs.
To be fair, I didn't do it because I wanted boobs. I did it because I thought it was funny.
He wanted boobs because then for like the next 30 minutes he was wah 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 because I didn't, fulfill. But I did. I didn't actually specify.
Well, that was mostly ATG and everybody else, but I didn't really give a shit. But it was funny.
I've got a picture of ATG with a knife. This is really fucking creepy.
I guess that was a thing, wasn't it?
I kind of wondered, did you guys remember any of that? Did you have to go back through the Facebook Messenger to see what you put me and Beach through while you guys were drunk?
I remembered some of it.
Oh man, Was that before or after he yelled out, "I love cock"?
The I
was
Love
awful.
Cock was pretty much early on, because that was when I got home, and
Dancing me,
so then there was all
ATG's
kinds of
butt,
stuff.
ATG's face.
Oh yeah, there was a picture of ATG's butt. I remember that, and it was very random, and I didn't know what was going on.
I think he was like setting up a Wii or something.
Garrett's butt made it on there eventually, I believe.
Did it?
Yeah, I think he was like laying on the bed, and his butt was just kind of facing the camera.
Oh, we've got
It was
the part
just-
where we have boobs.
They were
Okay.
just very gay that weekend, and
I'm
they're
so
a
glad
very
you-
adorable couple.
That this podcast has devolved into us reading a Facebook conversation.
I was just talking about how you guys are the most adorable new couple.
I just need to find that picture.
We
of-
defined that since then we have defined that ATG does in fact wear the dress in the relationship.
Aw, he does have the long, pretty hair.
Have you
I
not
don't know, they
seen?
both have really long hair.
But
What does it say?
ATG's is like pretty. Like Cooter's is whoosh, it's like a fro and stuff. It's not really pretty. Sorry, Cooter.
Just like Joe.
Well, fuck you too.
All right, I think I'm getting closer.
He's getting closer, guys. It's coming.
That's really
Oh,
personal.
we got the pictures of your your furry boobs.
My furry boobs. Yay!
Furry
I still
boobs.
have that picture sitting on my desktop.
You really?
Well, I have like the picture. Like I should rephrase that. It's not like my desktop. It's just on the saved on the desktop.
All right, we've got the knives. Revenge of the Nerds, Hair Pie.
Oh yeah, air pie. Air
Funny
pie.
name of the conversation, Dick Stuffing.
Maybe you can tell me why I named it Flipbook Facebook.
It's because they were taking pictures of each other, and as you scrolled down, it looked like it was a flip book.
Okay, cool. Now I know why I named it Flipbook Facebook. This is what we do in our free time, guys. We sit on
Another
Facebook
picture. Oh,
and have very inappropriate
Awesome.
messages.
Farce book.
which I think it's funny actually because you. I went. Oh, I got it.
Oh, Beach found something really funny.
Hushed tone.
Oh man.
Maybe
That
you
was
should
really
just be
good
sharing
comment.
your screen with us, Beach, so we can all just see.
Okay. Screen share. Start screen share. I think that'll work.
This was such a good idea. I'm so glad I did this.
The screen
Ooh.
share doesn't really seem to be working unless mine's broken.
No,
I think
it's a
it's-
very impressive
It was-
black screen.
Nice command prompt.
Oh, there
It
we
was
go.
command
There,
prompt,
there
right?
we go.
Windows Media Player.
Okay.
This is
Just
Cooter
go
yelling out the
ahead.
window. Oh, you can't actually hear him scream, "I love cock."
Well, we have video evidence that it occurred.
And
I don't know if there's a way for me to show to add in video. I
Now,
guess
where-
I should.
Hold up your headphones to your microphone.
No feedback, please.
This is gonna work so great, guys. So great.
Oh, boy.
what hotel was this in?
Is this MacFest or ShmooCon?
No,
I
this is
can't
the
remember.
Shmoocon
This is
Hotel.
Shmoocon.
This is
Yeah.
ShmooCon, okay. It's all kind of blurred together for me now.
It,
This
it
is the
looked like
downtown hall.
Shmoocon, but
So obviously we need a techno remix of that.
obviously.
And it's going to be Radio Statler's front page, right on the front.
Mm-hmm. So if you're interested in helping us make a techno remix of Nick God yelling "I love cock,"
Me
let
too!
us know. You can email us at radio.
Make the source material linked available. And someone will
The
inevitably.
address. Finish the contact address, damn it.
radio@hope.net.
That seems like a decent way to close out the podcast, since you somehow managed to stretch an hour out of us having nothing to talk about.
Exactly.
AKA,
All right.
you two were hiding in the background sending love texts to each other while we discuss things.
That is totally it.
Okay.
That's exactly
so,
what is happening.
Next podcast, February 25th, 2015. How weird is that?
We could talk about all the things we did with our non-existing significant others for Valentine's Day.
Speak for
Yay.
yourself. I can talk about the things I did with my
I'm pretty
existing
sure
people.
that most of us aren't gonna really. We should all just meet on Facebook Messenger and scream about how much we love cock on Valentine's Day.
Exactly. All right. So next,
It's also Mardi Gras for anybody who cares, just in case they're all the same day.
All right. So next episode dropping, coming to you live from YouTube and Google Plus and the internet at large, will be February 25th, 2015 at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you say that it starts at 7 p.m., only if you're in Central Time. Please join us on the Facebook group, Radio Statler, or text. Wow, I almost did Snapchat us. I mean, we don't have an official Snapchat. I could start one, but I expect lots of dick pics.
I refuse to use Snapchat, so there won't be any furry boobs.
Twitter at Radio Statler, and on IRC, it's 2600.net. Channel #radio-Statler. Have a good evening, and we'll see you in a month.
Amazing.
Yay.